Hey everybody, Joe Haygood here, aka mclazyj, and we're back, and the vibration is back. No matter how hard I try, it keeps coming back. But we'll keep trying. We'll keep seeing if we can find new ways to make it happen and get rid of it. In the meantime, now watch me stream this and it'll be like 5 minutes later, the game's over. That would be hilarious. No, actually it wouldn't be. Because then I'd feel bad because it's like...
To be honest, horrible. Drained. We're mourning, Laszlo. MK is targeting us, and they're hurting almost everyone on the island. They've tortured the Prescients. All over Atina, people are in pain, and they're hurting each other. Brittle is doing badly, and Reverie hasn't helped as much as I hoped.
Such a situation requires more than hope.
Well, at least I tried. This is our oracle. We must not dismiss her concerns.
Well... I mean, the problem is...
All of you, you're not good for each other, or your own world. The terrible vision I saw told me that much. Are our realms really meant to be symbiotic?
Hold up, what are you saying?
Oh, this is why they say to never meet your heroes, darling. It's natural to be disillusioned.
That is what they say.
You're correct that Reverie is imperfect and fallible. Indeed, brittle in its way. Your skepticism is not unwarranted, but neither is it productive at this stage. You have expressed doubts in the past, but we see now that we failed to cast them away.
Aspirations are not gods, nor are we omniscient. We have our limitations as humans do.
But you were there to guide certain things along. Like we saw you help bring fire.
There's gotta to be something we can still do, right? To make it even?
If Reverie is forsaken, Brittle will never endure.
This isn't the end, darling.
It's up to her.
I do think I need them.
All right. I've decided. I'll stay.
I can't say I know exactly what you're going through, but you have my sympathy, darling. I was MK's prisoner and I was freed. I see you yearn for your freedom as well.
It's not so much the freedom, it's just...
You may yet find it here.
At least, I'm not alone.
I have a family, a community in Atina and in Reverie.
I think now is a good time to try boosting morale. Right before battles, great leaders often tell stories or make influential speeches.
I'm not a leader. And definitely not a great one.
May I remind you that you're the only one in touch with Reverie? Your scope of action is much larger than everyone else's. I don't doubt that it's uncomfortable, but people look to you for a reason. It's about the darkest days of Atina, a time when the Oxyon civilization was on the brink of collapse. I think we should try sharing it with people.
There was a war?
Apparently. It doesn't go into details, but it seems the fall of the Oxyon culture set something off across the divide. The aspirations turned on each other. It was quite brutal, it seems.
Maybe we saw the past and not the future.
They never told me.
I guess they didn't want to heap any more pressure on you.
Me?
You. The Oracle. They couldn't find a way to end the conflict, so they created the first Oracle. In turn, the Oracle chose a new heart, and the war ended. course, until this week, I thought it was all a metaphor. A parable on trust or something.
And here I was, thinking all copies of that little ditty were destroyed. I'll have to tell Power. It'll send him loopy.
Ah.
It ends with the aspirations vowing to help Athena in return for the Oracle's aid. Sounds familiar.
I see what you're doing.
Me?
You.
Oh, excuse me.
Maybe it would do everyone some good. To hear that, and that everything turned out okay.
That's why stories exist, right? Community. A way to share experiences and to shape the collective imagination.
Well, stories were the origination before books. We didn't have a way to write it down. We passed them down so people would know the history that came from before.
To inspire.
Dumb history note of the day. Sorry. I brought knowledge into this stream. I apologize. So, you know, yesterday I was talking about that Microsoft Photos thing. So, I had gone and done an upgrade to Windows 11 for this person, knowing I had a rollout for Windows 11 here, but I had to accelerate it for this one machine. It wasn't at its planned time frame and upgrade. So I did this upgrade. Went through it all. Microsoft Photos still wouldn't open. So I had re-registered it, tried to re-download it, tried to manually rename folders so it would re-pull those in, tried to use repair tools, third-party repair tools. None of it was working. Registry entries, I was going all over the place. PowerShell scripts, the works.
I think I'm going to go straight to the source on this one.
And even in Windows 10, I had tried to re-download it. Just tried to re-download it from the store. Would not download. So we did this Windows 11 upgrade. I get it all installed. Everything's there. Everything's working. And Microsoft Photos still won't work. And as you heard yesterday, I was on the stream when it happened. Still wouldn't work. I was at my wit's end. I'm just like, I don't know what's broken this. And I don't want to have to format a machine for, of all things, Microsoft Photos.
Come on.
And I'm like, look, I'm not the best IT tech in the world. I know my way around a computer. I know my way around stuff. I like keeping old books around because sometimes they're fun to look back at the past. SCO Unix here. Version 5, I think. It's a long time ago. 1997. Plus, you never know when you need a paperweight or a microphone shelter. But I was like, I had not seen, and like, I found people that were like, they had run into this, and they had tried all sorts of things. I'd hear people say, oh, this solved it, or that solved it, but I never found any of those solutions to work. Just didn't.
You were listening?
Only a bit. Well, a lot.
Want to tell me about it?
I don't know. The others might get all moody. They don't like talking about it.
Anyways, so like I said, did this whole upgrade. Everything doesn't work.
Water under the bridge, that.
So after I get done with the stream, I go back in there because I got the text message and I was like, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. So I go out there and I walk in there and I sit down and I said, this is going to be stupid, but I'm going to try it. Because it didn't work in Windows 10, why would it work in Windows 11? I go in there, open up the store.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Search for Microsoft Photos. Start to download it. Wait for it to crash. Thing installs in like 15 seconds. Works beautifully. So, the only thing I could think of at some point was that there was a corrupted version of an update under Windows 10 in the store cache, which I still could not find. I could not figure out how to get rid of the store cache. I tried resetting it. I tried I tried doing all the steps about resetting the store. None of that worked. So... So I don't know what would have fixed it. I don't know why it ended up fixed, but it was fixed.
The stage is yours.
Y'all better get comfortable because I'm about to tell a story. My best Gina impression. And yes, I am a huge Brooklyn Nine-Nine fan. It's actually funny. I took a picture and sent some to my wife because we love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Hi,
and
everyone.
I was in the car.
This is an old Oxion story that, well...
And I'm All Out of Love by Air Supply came
I think
on.
it might be just what we all need right now.
Blend or one of the stuff on one of the stations on my XM radio, and couldn't believe I was just like, Fung. How is this song playing right now?
Oh, let me tell it. Do go on. I'm ever so good. Pragmatic is my middle name. Not really, of course. It's Suzanne.
It's Suzanne.
At first, there was nothing.
At first, there was nothing.
Very nice, good diction. There was nothing for a very long time indeed. And then there was me. Chaos was born! The first aspiration born from humanity. You see, we're not creators, we're not gods. We're concepts. Your concepts. As the first Homo sapiens looked out into the world, all they saw was chaos, unrest, freedom, unlimited possibility. From that possibility came me. I helped them make sense of the world, embrace the limitless, appreciate the boundless potential.
Then I came along. I taught humanity how amazing community could be. How sticking together made everything a little bit nicer. You know, every time you lot take a new turn, one of us lot is bored.
I wouldn't have expected her to be the second one. Chaos, I expect to be the first, just because at the birth of the universe, it is chaos. It's ferocity and explosions.
And for a long time, it was just the two of us, wasn't it, you little gremlin?
That's right. I was the warm fire after a hunt, or a newborn's first school.
And I was the growl in the night, the open plain ready to be explored.
And after that, well...
Well, indeed. Things may have gotten a little out of hand.
War of the Aspirations. It began... I cannot say how it began. Several have claimed the title of instigator, but the first blood was drawn between chaos and power.
That doesn't surprise me.
In a sense, it was inevitable. By our very nature, we attract opposition. Chaos desired greater freedom for Reverie, and so they hoped to abolish the heart. Power disagreed.
Chaos and power, butting heads. Why isn't that a surprise?
His army lay siege to the labyrinth of chaos.
None of that is surprising.
Army? Power mentioned something about an army before.
With enough egregor, we are able to conjure familiars, or split ourselves into 1,000 willing facets. Power used both.
But Chaos laid their traps well, and their trickery ate away at Power's advance.
They say truth is often the first casualty of war. And so it almost was for us. They attempted to break the deadlock, on whose side I cannot recall. And they paid a heavy price. For my own part, I tried to stem the tide of hostility. But no one would listen. Those were dark days indeed.
It was rather horrid. You saw what happened when you rescued me from that misery pit and removed the heart of Reverie. All hell broke loose. We were all afraid it was only a matter of time until the fighting broke out again.
Reverie and Brittle are mirrors. The state of one affects the other.
Well, that's
In the
interesting.
island of Atina, we found the keystone between the two realms. Was it we who caused the downfall of the Oxyons? Or was it the waning of their culture that forced us to war?
Well, who knows?
Impossible to know. The bond between our realms is not a single strand, but an endless sea of connections.
Was it MK or me?
The whole mess and this one are perfect examples of why we needed an oracle. When you can't rely on causality, at least you can get a second opinion.
Someone to choose the heart. Someone to help shape the direction of Reverie.
Someone to become the heart behind the heart. An observer and a guide.
Worked out pretty well, I'd say.
I do like Glory, man. She's got cool style. This whole part here, us telling a story for the populace of Atina, it keeps making me want to go yup yup. The Ewoks and what's his name? C-3PO telling his story. Alright, I got me a candy bar again today. I love these Mr. Beast bars. Today, though, I'm going with milk chocolate. Yesterday was sea salt dark chocolate.
Go on, then. You've got them in the palm of your what's-it. Don't lose them. Maybe talk about the first Oracle. What were they like? Why did they choose who they chose?
Good luck with that. Can't imagine you getting anything worth repeating out of this bunch. Or at least nothing coherent.
It's like our story, isn't it? We did our part.
Oh, it doesn't end. No stories end. They just peter out. Look, I can tell you this much. For every cycle of humanity, each time there's a big old change in your world, a new aspiration is born.
We're well overdue for a new one. Like, really, it's been ages.
You stopped. Do you need to sit? I must have left the pool light on.
Who would he have chosen?
I don't know. But I know what he would have wanted them to stand for.
Kindness. Empathy.
Understanding.
Look at us. All of us. We've been through so much pain these past few weeks. He'd have put an end to all that. Or stemmed the tide, at least. A world with more empathy.
So why were the oracles chosen? Or how?
Who were the oracles? How did you choose them? Did you even choose at all? What do you want from me? Really? So, nothing's changed.
Harmony, wait!
Don't call me that.
The truth is, we chose the first oracle out of desperation.
We needed them.
We needed their guidance.
We needed an end to the war. An end we were unable to bring about ourselves.
So, that's all they were? A tool?
A big tool.
Initially, yes.
But then, well, we realized you're all right, you lot. Humanity.
You may not believe this, but it turned out we'd been so obsessed with our own affairs that we'd completely overlooked everything in Brittle.
And so the arrangement became permanent, and the oracles became a guiding hand on the rudder of Reverie.
Not leaders, but advisors.
Major domos.
Producers.
Friends!
But what about me?
That, I'm afraid, is up to you. What kind of oracle you choose to become is not up to us. It is the very nature of the agreement that you continue as your own person.
Right? Right. Well, in that case...
I'm going with Laszlo. Empathetic.
As the Oracle, I want to be empathetic. As the Oracle, I want to feel what others feel, and consider how others will react. Every decision must be for the benefit of the many, not the few. I will be dedicated to causes greater than myself. Previous oracles were peacemakers, decision makers. I want to look further than that. I want to look at the whole, not the pieces. Guide the aspirations toward the end, not the means.
Okay.
There were other oracles who took this road. The very first, in fact. They built the sanctuaries, private places, where each aspiration could be separate from the others. Places where we could feel safe, unthreatened. The war did not end immediately, but its intensity lessened as we were given the space for rational thought. It was an idea we could never have conceived of.
But then, how did they end the war?
There was only one possibility.
you're on your lunch.
What's up?
I'm going to a WIT meeting, and I forgot, like, me and Natalie, and she's
I'm listening. I can listen to the phone.
it's probably not.
I know your
She'll be
whips will
back.
be like 7 hours, so it's fine.
Well, she'll be back at,
That's fine.
1:30.
Well, that's when I'm back, so it's fine.
Okay.
No worries.
They also had to bring peace to Brittle.
I have to listen out for the phone. Can't go that way.
Did I say something funny?
You looked like you were reading from a script, talking about the first oracle.
Oh, I didn't realize. But I don't think any of it was particularly funny. Hey, what's so funny?
Nothing. Nothing. Sorry.
Honestly, all the history is interesting, but it's not primetime stuff, you know? We want to hear about actions. Real stuff we can work on, stuff that can make a difference. Like, how did this first oracle settle the conflicts in Brittle?
Going by the folks here, the Prescients, the Oracle must have been pretty powerful. Definitely powerful enough to stop a war.
The first oracle split their time between the realms. They learned from the aspirations, but also their fellow humans. This was their skill. Duality of perspective. But to end the war in Brittle, they had to rely on Reverie. They listened to the aspirations, individually and together, and in the end, they gave the oracle a gift. A way to bring peace to Brittle. Wisdom. The aspirations gave them wisdom. After spending so much time in Reverie, the Oracle inherited more knowledge than any human before them.
Okay.
They were able to see beyond the veil, into pure reason. This wisdom gave them great power. But their vision of Brittle became blurred, unsure.
Well, that makes sense.
This was back when Athena was facing its darkest days. There was an ecological disaster. The specifics are lost to time, but we know the population was devastated by vicious storms, which brought floods and mudslides. Then, as they are wont to do, a dictator arose, taking advantage of the pain and suffering to wield absolute power. The people were despondent. The ruling class's own inadequacy provided the perfect distraction. As they lurched from one calamity to the next, the populace grew ever more apathetic. And when there were signs of rebellion, half the populace looked away, or sided against their own interests.
It was up to the Oracle to break this cycle, to break the system that had enslaved the people. So they had to act. They decided to
punch him.
The Oracle had faith in the people to dig themselves out. They pursued a path of knowledge, teaching the populace a different way to live. The foundations of new forms of government were built. Curiosity reigned, and people studied the world around them. What's more, people shared their knowledge. They didn't secret it away or censor it. They taught one another. This gave them
knowledge
power through the sum of that knowledge. They decided to
educate the masses and they can rise.
They decided to start again, thanks to the gift of prescience. The Oracle and a select few decided to begin a new cycle. Outside of the old, they believed Athena had become unsalvageable. That they had to instead create the world they wanted to live in.
Huh. I want to break free.
The Oxion civilization
collapsed
after a few decades. All that was left were some musty books and ruins. The tyrant destroyed the rest. But the Oracle and their followers were safe. They created their own way of life and lived in peace.
Great! So, what? This Oracle and their cultists just left the rest to hang?
My thoughts precisely.
And they thought this tyrant would just let them be. Let me guess. That didn't happen?
But wait. Change is a long-term process, right? You told me that.
Sure.
So how do you enact long-term change if there's no one around to, you know, actually change things? That dictator guy, long gone. Consigned to the history books. How many people here have even heard of it? What if that's because of the seeds the Oracle planted? Planted on their own terms?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're right.
Trying to
So go on
inflict
then.
doubt.
Which aspiration are you going to choose? Who becomes the heart?
It's gotta be Bliss. I mean, surely. The embodiment of happiness in charge of, you know, fate? Hard to see any other option beating that.
Oh, stop it. That's so... You know, I'm almost never chosen to be the heart. Loads of oracles thought happiness was, I don't know, too easy. That there was some greater purpose for the heart. Beyond making sure everyone was living their best life.
It's an interesting thought, but
The heart has to be serious or
I don't think it
political.
does.
That's not right, is it? All the tech and politics and systems and life. What's it about if not just being happy?
Definitive chapter. Today is the day. I like how they built these 3D spaces and then put the 2D art on top of it for the characters. It is kind of an interesting thing when you think about it. I found the necklace and the new world that came with it. Take a deep breath. Renewed. Charged with a new energy. More control. If there's one place I can, and there's only one place I can find it.
I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Sure you do, Sprout.
The Augural. It's not enough. Not anymore.
And with all the egregor you've gathered up, you're gonna supercharge it.
I think so. It might allow me to change things. How do I know this?
Part of every oracle is of Reverie. Your subconscious is linked to us aspirations, and the sum total of our knowledge. Egregor is our source of power, just as it is the Augurals. But no one has ever risked exposing themselves to such an amount.
But will it work?
Yes, but not perhaps in the manner you expect. You will become one with time itself. Your presence on this plane will bend in ways even I cannot foresee.
Days
Wow.
feel like seconds, months like hours, years like... Well, you get the idea.
And back here? In reality? I don't want the others to worry.
To them, you will be present and absent. There, but not there.
Like a cat in a box.
Remember what I told you way back when we met?
Try not to think about it too much.
I don't.
Bliss's unbreakable egg.
Wow! It worked then! Nice trick!
What trick?
You're here, but you're not here. Like we're on a video call in Reverie. It's neat.
I needed to see further ahead than the Augural would allow. And...
Yeah, mission accomplished by the looks of it. Right, there isn't much time. I just wanted to tell you, I'm here. For you. All of you. Humanity, I guess. I want to make a world where everyone's happy. Where joy's the name of the game.
It sounds so... simple.
It is. I mean, it could be. I'll show you what I can do.
And that was...
Well, that's it then.
Shower's leaking too.
What are we gonna do?
I feel like I have made a poor choice. Oh no. I think I really did pick a poor direction.
Okay, I checked. It's not just us.
Wait, they can't do that.
Legally, no.
Which means they're no longer operating under the rule of law.
Everyone's talking about
In your network?
Yeah, there's been a shift. Anyone in the upper echelons of management that opposed the shutoffs have...
Uh-oh.
Grandpa bought a bunch for the bar a few years back. Found the guy's number, practically begged me to take them.
Yeah. Anyone comes at us,
Another group of Prescients just left.
Please don't tell me they...
There's a new temporary accommodation center over at the old cinema.
Damn. Of all people, they should know better.
They do. They have. They know we can't provide. Reducing the mouths we have to feed.
Wow. Huh. People dream of revolt. Wow. I thought everything was going horribly wrong. Pure dumb luck. Now the music's starting to crescendo again.
Has anyone seen Jade?
She left with the last group, heading to New Elysia.
Oh, I told her to wait for me.
She didn't want you out there.
But it's all right that she's outside. She's allowed.
She knows what she's doing.
I know. I know. I just have...
Okay. Man, this is taking a long time.
No, I'm serious.
Well, there must be something. Don't...
No, definitely not. That's what the supply... You know, the supply chain that just collapsed.
Sorry, I'm trying to...
That's exactly why we need legitimate elections.
Of all of us, Omar, I expected you to have a...
Democracy is the worst form of government.
Except for all the others, yes. Very...
Wait. Watch. Alma will prove it's capable of governing itself again. You'll see.
Okay.
They opened a new store. Did you see?
The one sponsored by the car company? Yeah, we need to be careful. We can't afford to backslide into oppression just because they flash us a golden smile.
True. They've got great bomba, though.
Well... Oh, shit.
That's interesting. A new cycle begins.
worked. I saw. I made.
You saw the many-faceted future and made it your own.
You are here. With us, we are real. Quite the experiment back there. I don't even think I'd have dared do something as batshit as that.
But it worked, didn't it? Look at what she did.
She risked destroying the fabric of reality itself to shape fate to her will. I am impressed, Harmony.
And now? What happened?
Now, honey, it's showtime.
Reverie needs its heart back. And people need sweet dreams to carry them through the night. Beyond that, there ain't much to be done. Let's just...
It's more than what you might think. Even fleeting joy can mean everything to... I want to see Atina smile again.
Okay.
I want people's hearts to feel like there's been so much tragedy. So much grief.
I can't imagine what you've been through, Harmony. I really can't. Almost losing truth way back when was more than enough for me. You've had your heart broken. Just like Reverie. Now, we're going to give everybody some relief. It might not always be easy, but that's what I'm about.
That sounds like a plan.
Now let's take the edge off.
Is that Nora? Visiting Laszlo in VR.
Hey, Polly, it's me. Guess you're out doing something adventurous. The traffic today was bonkers. It took me 2 hours to get from the studio back to my apartment. I'm so sore, dude. I haven't moved like that in years. I didn't lose as much ground as I thought, though. I can still dance. But my posture is whack. I've barely even stretched in a few years. Gotta build it back up. Oh, you hear about the new virtual Reverie headgear? Just tried it myself. It's, well, I'd call it magical if I didn't know there was real magic out there. Where there's demand, Neo MK is happy to supply. Headset prices won't come down until the next quarter at least. It's a way better use of the egregor than before, though. There are actual regulations on how it's used. It's a start. Anyway, not my problem. This new job's a godsend. Fewer hours, less moral compromise. And that title, Head of Urban Planning. Guess the new at least they didn't hold it against me. My part in the riots. They understand it was... Kinda missed the MK moolah, but hey, I don't feel like shit as much either. If we both manage to save up, we should grab a couple of those headsets. Hang in VR sometime. Maybe you can give me a tour of Reverie. Well, I'd better go. My glutes are screaming. I need my bed, like, now. Talk later, Paul. Love you.
We did it. All right. Oh. All right, well, we're gonna go. I gotta run real fast, but we got credits, and we will be back tonight. I think we're gonna try to do some Exoprimal tonight. We'll see how that goes, and then we'll be back on Saturday as well. I think doing some more Diablo 4 because I gotta get back to that. So till next time, thanks everybody for watching. Have a great evening, and we will see you next time. Bye.